Tell me the story about the dog.
So they have a dog, and
But you have to tell me what kind of a child you are, remember?
I am a one of those childs who, like, when their parents turn their back, or like anybody else who's out there and their youngest child, they turn their back for like 1 minute, and then their child gets into chaos. I'm like a chaos child.
You're a chaos child. Okay, now tell the story.
And so,
Second child.
yes,
The second born. Okay, go ahead.
technically the third, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And so our next door neighbors have a dog. Me and Addison were bouncing on the trampoline where Isaiah was inside the house, and Mommy was washing her hands, and Daddy was watching the Xbox, and I decided there's a dog, so I wanted to pet it, but then what I didn't know, it was a vicious dog, and he only likes his owner. So I wanted to, like, I don't know why, but I was sometimes when I always thought like dumb things. So like I thought if you put a stick in their mouth, they would get splinters in their mouth. I always thought that, and I didn't know. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't want to give the dog a stick. So guess what I did? I put my hand out and I tried to pet it, but it bit my hand, and I came back in there. Luckily there was no blood. There's no blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back in.
Not like on your head. And you cracked your head open and your brains came out. Okay, go ahead.
And I stuck my hand, and I came in, like the weirdest moment ever. Mommy was still washing her hands, and she came back with horror. I was like crying, walking up to her like, Mommy, the next door neighbor's dog bit my hand. Mommy started freaking out. Daddy didn't know what was happening, so he was like, what is happening? He didn't know what was happening, so my hand had to been bandaged up. So, yeah.
You bandaged your hand even though there was no blood?
Yes, because if anything touched it, it would hurt.
Mm.
What are you doing? He's like, your bandage fell off again.
Put that back on your boo-boo.
I was trying to when I was watching the YouTube channel, but then I couldn't.
Okay. Is that the end of the story, Isabelle?
And they had to wrap it up in a thing, and then one day not one day. Oh my gosh. And like a few months later, when I was like 6 or 7, when I was 6, I was walking down the streets when the stupid sprinklers went on. I was just walking down the street, because that's when you're a bus rider. I was walking down the streets with Addison and Elena. I was walking down the streets, and the dog's barking, and he was out. And I accidentally said he said, it's a girl. And he just talked really mean about it. I was like, I accidentally said it was a boy. I didn't even know it was a girl. She started yelling at me. So, yeah, that's the end of the story.
Okay, the end.
And that's why I hate his dog. But I love these dogs. They're cute. And they're like a little nugget.
Okay.
Can we walk